I'm not going to show a video, but I just want to tell you, just give you one other quick example of how we came about a concept. This is a product we launched in January called Videoscape. And the idea is, you know, over the last couple of years, you've been spending less time with your television, you know, you're using your iPod, you know, getting media and entertainment from all kinds of other devices. So what this Videoscape does, it brings everything back together on your TV, where you can manage it in one spot. So we thought about, okay, how are we going to do something fun here? And we just figured, well, think about the TV. Let's have empathy for the television. Who's losing family time, he's being abandoned by his family as they're going to their iPods, etc. So let's do a story about the lonely TVs. And we created a support group, a TV support group. And so it's a little 2-minute video that is just absolutely absurd. But at the end of the video, we have a link to our blog that pulls you into a discussion and says, you know, if you're a lonely TV, things are going to get better. That type of thing. So it's just silliness. But I think if you have a blog link at the end, you can pull somebody into your story there and let them have a little fun with it. It'll be successful. You'll get a lot of coverage. And so let me just show you quickly some of the coverage we got. So Inc. magazine wrote an article about it, included it. Multi-channel news. Again, this is small, but very important to us. This is a big win for us. And it's the same thing. If you have relationships with some of the influencers in your community, you have a good shot at getting something fun in there. Social media B2B, this is one of the biggest B2B blogs on there. They asked us to write a post on the top 10 B2B comedy videos, and of course we included that Cisco video in there. And then, this is a new magazine, Chief Content Officer. They included a discussion in here in the April, May issue, and that ran as an insert in B2B magazine to help them launch. So we got a lot of coverage that way. What else? And then Twitter. Look, I think setting a goal, you know, we will be successful if, you know, we get more people to tweet about this, who are influencers, and identify who we're talking about. And then go see what you can do. It's great. I mean, these folks are all very influential. Like Diana Huff, again, she's very focused on our space. You probably haven't heard of her, but again, you have people like this in your community who you can reach out to. You probably have relationships with. I'm not going to get into this story, but on the SlideShare, I think there's a link to it that talks about experimenting and just fun. Okay, comedy writing homework. This is the last slide. Here's what I'd like everybody to do. This is 80% of your grade, so keep that in mind. First, just think about your product or service, and then think about the problem it solves. You should all know that. You know, think about 1 or 2 problems it solves. Then think about the complaints about that problem. Specifically, think about gripes. I love that term. What do people gripe about that problem that they solve? And then exaggerate the consequences of that problem and just add hyperbole to it. And that will get you on a comedic path already. Now, it is good to have a comedy writer on staff, but most people don't, and most companies don't. But you know, go to a local film school and sit down, or any university, sit down with a professor and say, look, we want to have to do an internship, a project with a student. You know, here's what we'll do. Let's work on a video together. If we don't do anything with it, then you have it for your reel. You know, if we end up publishing it on YouTube, then we'll get it $500 to $1,000, something like that. It's a very low risk way to experiment with it. All right, and I think that's it.